Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Simulation Junkie with my first real pickup video of the new year. I know it's been almost 2 months since my last video, but I've got some things to show you and share with you, some good stories. So sit back, relax, enjoy. We're going to start this off right now. This was probably found sometime in late November, early December at the flea market. It was a cold day, there was only a few vendors out there, and I said, let me just take a chance. And as I was walking up to one of the first vendors, this flag came rolling around in the dirt right to my feet, and I picked it up, and I knew right away it was a Winston Flag, and the guy behind the table said, man, if you want that, that's yours. So I took it home, I washed it up. It's pretty big. I'm not sure if the video shows it well, but it's about 5 foot long, 2 feet wide, and I think it's pretty cool. I plan on hanging it up in my garage above my simulator once it warms up. So that was find, we'll call that find number 1 for the winter of 2017-2018. Alright, let's take a look at some of the die-casts we picked up this winter. I do some of my best pickups in the spring, summer, and early fall. That's when the flea market and garage sales are usually hopping. So far, this is all we've got. 4 different cars. First one right here is a Z28 from the early 80s, opening doors, rubber tires, and I kind of remember these cars as a kid. What was cool about them is that they require a key. They were called lockups. See that too well, but they're called lockups, and you would have to insert a specially made key right there, and the back wheels would lock up so no kid could steal your car. Pretty cool concept, made by Kidco, I believe, and this is actually a number 7 Z28. Alright, I paid 50 cents for that car and 50 cents for this DeWalt Matt Kenseth. I post some of these on my Instagram until I can get enough pickups to actually show them off. Guaranteed Tough Lexan Ford. That was 50 cents also. I bought those 2 on the same day. This is a nice little pickup here. This was 50 cents. Picked this up last week. What I like about this diecast, obviously it's a petty, but on one side it says 42 for Kyle, and on this side it has 43 for Richard. Pretty cool. Nice little detail down here. It does say Level Cross, North Carolina. And then it also says Saunders Leasing. Really nice. It's made by Ertl. All die cast. And no date on the bottom. But I'm assuming that's probably somewhere in the early 1990s, 91, 92-ish. That was 50 cents also. No hauler, unfortunately. These 2 cars I think is quite funny. I found these today, and when you hunt diecast, you get to a point where you think you've seen everything. And this is a Jamie McMurray number 64 Top Flight golf balls, and it's a Dodge. I never ever knew that Jamie ran the 64 car. Somebody told me on Instagram today, and I'm sorry, I don't know who it was, but they said that he actually ran this car for Rusty Wallace. I'm going to guess. Now this, from my investigation, is actually a remote control car, and unfortunately, no remote. It's very, very clean. This came from Goodwill, and the winter months have not been too good for me for Goodwill. This right here was $1.99, and I keep looking for that remote, but if not, I'll just go on the wall. Another pickup from Goodwill, full access, NASCAR 2000, behind the scenes of America's favorite sport. Has a little clip on Tony Stewart, Darrell Waltrip, and Rusty Wallace. Goodwill usually charges 25 cents or 6 for $1 on VHS. This one's still sealed, by the way. Thought that was pretty cool. I do have a media wall in my garage where I put all NASCAR related videos and hardcover books. So I thought that was pretty good for the collection. I believe that was a quarter. Also, not from Goodwill, but from eBay. The winter months are tough on me. Sometimes, I have to get my fix. But this was pretty cool. This is for the PlayStation 2. It's NASCAR. However, it's a little bit of a variant. We got Juan Pablo Montoya on the cover. Most likely, there's no difference between this one and the American version. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll put a different cover on, such as Juan Pablo. And sometimes you may get some different paint schemes or different tracks, but for the most part I believe it's the same standard issue as the American version. I thought this was a pretty cool find. I picked this up at Goodwill. This is driver Marty Robbins. And it's a record. It's all vinyl. It's all there. It's actually mint condition. That's Marty right there. And he actually drove the number 42, Marty Robbins, purple and yellow paint scheme in NASCAR. And he actually is known as a pretty decent NASCAR driver during the 1970s. I want to say early 80s too, but I believe it was mostly during the 1970s. And actually had a bunch of top 10 country hits as a singer. He's one of these guys that had a dual career as a country singer and as a race car driver. And I really didn't know much about him. I could recognize the car, but on Velocity, Ray Evernham actually rebuilt one of Marty Robbins' short track cars, and that's really what gave me the education on Marty Robbins. And I saw this was I think $1 maybe at the Goodwill. I had to pick it up. Alright guys, this was an awesome pickup today. This happened today right after the California race. And I don't have Facebook, but my wife does, and I started checking out the marketplace section, and this guy had these NASCARs listed for free. And I inquired about them, and he said, sure, come on by, pick them up. And, one thing about our sport is that it's our sport, and people like to share. He told me that his father had passed away about a year ago, and he was, cleaning up some of his dad's memorabilia. He was a big Earnhardt fan. And, I thought that was pretty cool. We talked a little NASCAR, and I was on my way, but he was a big Dale fan, and this first picture right here, this plaque says the final ride, and it's a picture of Dale's hauler after he had passed at Daytona in 2001. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's a long paragraph there about how this person, I'm not sure if I can really read that, S. James, was listening to the radio, and I guess they had a helicopter following the hauler going back to North Carolina after Daytona, but they said no car on the highway would pass the hauler, that everybody just yielded to the Intimidator's hauler on its way home. It's a really nice piece here. Hopefully it'll come through. You can pause it and read it, but I thought that was pretty cool. To me, it doesn't look like this is an authentic picture. It looks like it was probably reproduced numerous times, and somebody was probably just cashing in, but nonetheless, it's a nice piece, and for him to give it to me, I thought that was pretty cool. This is a nice piece here. It's got the two Earnhardt boys, Kerry and Dale, with the father. And I believe this was Michigan. They all raced in the same race that day. I believe Kerry crashed out. And it's got some baseball cards down there, or racing cards. Dale Jr., Kerry, and Dale Sr. This is pretty cool. Picture of the Intimidator with that great mustache. And it's actually a clock. The clock works, just needs a battery. Pretty cool picture. And then this is really the one that really attracted me. This is a mirror Budweiser Racing, obviously Dale Jr. number 8. I've seen this many times before, and I could just never get my hands on it. Now, I'm not a Dale Earnhardt fan per se. I really love what he does for our sport and what he's done for our sport. And this is the one that I'm going to keep. I think what I'm going to do with these 3 pictures right here is I think I'm going to share them with some of my subscribers. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a contest or I'm not sure yet, but I'm definitely going to share these with the community just the way that this guy shared them with me. So thanks for watching. That's the first video, hopefully, of the season. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'm really thankful, guys. You know, I see my subscriber count going up a little bit, and I haven't posted a video in 2 months. So I appreciate that. And that's it. Thanks for watching.